Chad Ike's Courage Barbell. If you notice, I got this new pivot thing. So now if my camera follows me around, which is kind of funny and amuses me. Today, or should I say on today's episode, we're going to do another unilateral movement. Last episode I did the single leg RDL. Today we're going to do the Bulgarian Split Squat. Although I generally call it a split squat, I mean, really, should Bulgaria get the credit for a split squat? Is it really that impressive a thing to come up with? And were they really the first person to ever do it? Or did it just get named because of them? Maybe we should call it the Ike's Split Squat. Let me think about that. Anyway, in the last episode, which you should go back and watch if you haven't, I talked about the importance of unilateral movements. A lot of times, heavy lifters get caught up in bilateral work because we want to lift the most weight. But unilateral work is seriously important. It's important for the health of our joints. It's important for our small stabilizing muscles. It's important for the long-term or attrition that it takes to gain strength. You know, we need to stay healthy long enough to gain strength because you're not going to gain shit tons of strength overnight. So the split squat is another exercise that I really like. This can actually be performed with a barbell or dumbbells, kettlebells. You can even do like a goblet type with a kettlebell. There's a lot of different versions. The biggest thing is how you're performing it. The intent of the movement, that you're doing it correctly, that you're working the right muscles. So I'm going to go over that with you. And a story just popped into my head. A long time ago, I interviewed Harrison Bailey, who was an outstanding Highland game thrower, one of the greatest weight for height throwers I've ever seen. And there was rumor that he could do a split squat with 315 pounds on a barbell. And I tried to kind of pull that out of him in the interview, and he pretty much admitted that he can't do that, which is absolutely incredible to me. Just the balance it takes to get in position to do that is just absolutely crazy. So this is not super complicated. If you know how to squat properly, it's a squat. You're just doing it with one leg. I prefer to do it on a bench. How you put your foot or where you put your foot doesn't matter too much to me. Some people will try to come all the way like this with their shin on the bench. I don't really like that because you need a little movement this way. So I prefer to come and just put my toes down on the bench. You can use a box, plyo box, whatever, doesn't matter. And one of the key things for me is to remember to sit back. I see a lot of people do split leg squats and they're still squatting forward. It's like they're doing a front squat. I say no to that. I say sit back. I'm doing this to give myself strength in the posterior chain, but it's also going to work my thighs really good too. So I'm going to have one leg up here, this leg, and I want to be at a little bit of a stretch. I want to be out a little bit. So you may have to adjust where you put your foot. Then I want to make sure I get this foot rooted. I want to make sure I have my neutral low back arch. And then I'm going to sit my butt back. So I'm coming back right here. So see how my shin is still mostly straight up and down? Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to switch legs this time. I'm just going to put my foot down instead of on my toes to show you another way. Again, root the foot, neutral low back, sit back. Again, trying to keep that shin straight up and down. I don't want my foot back here and then going like this. I'm just not a fan of that. That's like doing a front squat to me. I'm not a fan of front squats either. If you really want to work your thighs and that's all you want to work, you can do that. I'm looking to work my posterior chain, so I need to sit back more. So just like in my squat, I'm hinging my butt back. Keeping that foot rooted, keeping my brace, neutral low back arch. That's it, it's that simple. And again, you can hold 2 dumbbells. You can hold 1 dumbbell. If I hold 1 dumbbell, I usually do the opposite leg. I prefer to hold 2. You can get a barbell. It's a little more of a balance thing, but it can definitely be done. You can do it and hold a kettlebell like a goblet squat. Any of those are all great versions. Making sure to sit back, making sure to work that posterior chain, solid root. Whew, I'm tired. I trained before these videos. I will use these again as a supplemental exercise. These are never my main lifts unless it's like a deload or a recovery session. We may come in and start with these. But then, of course, we're going lighter with higher reps. So generally speaking, kind of a finisher, just to push that posterior chain a little bit. 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. A weight that challenges you, but we're not looking, I'm more focused on the movement, intent of the muscle groups, the posterior chain. And not a whole lot else to say about that one. The biggest thing that I see, the biggest mistakes that I see are people squatting down instead of squatting back. You want to squat back. I mean, if you want to work your thighs and that's your main goal, yeah, pull that foot in, let that knee go forward a little bit. I prefer never to let my knee go past the balls of my feet. But like I said, I'm posterior chain, so I'm trying to keep that shin as straight up and down as possible and sitting back into it just like I do in a squat. That's it, guys. Please like this channel, subscribe to this. Wait a minute, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this channel with others and this video too. Please go to Instagram, Chad Ikes. Follow me there. Lots of good stuff on that social media platform. I've even kind of started my Facebook, so you can find some stuff on there too. Please go to couragebarbell.com, pick up some apparel. Got some new shirts coming out. Excuse me. Got some new shirts coming out. I'm kind of behind on getting the new stuff up on the store. That's coming soon. Please, please, please check out Courage Barbell Unlimited, the podcast, on Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and there's probably some more. I just can't keep track of it all. And yeah, just go check that stuff out. Support the channel, which supports me, allows me to do more of this stuff. But for now, I am out of here, and I'll catch you guys next time.